this very short webinar on Royal Caribbean's Grandeur of the Seas. So at Oasis Travel, 35% of our business is cruising, and we're really excited at the prospect of cruising returning later this year. But we just wanted to tell you all about a very unique opportunity to travel on Grandeur of the Seas, which is home porting in Barbados during this winter. So I'm now going to hand over to Jennifer Callister, who's the sales manager for Royal Caribbean in Ireland. Jennifer, thanks very much for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks a lot, Sandra. Thanks for organising today.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I'm just going to bring up my presentation, if you could just hold a moment. So hopefully everybody could see that. So it's all about Barbados today. So good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to talk to everybody today. My name is Jennifer Callister, and I represent Ireland, Royal Caribbean in Ireland here. And I'm here to talk to you today about everything about Barbados. So we announced this exciting new product only a couple of weeks ago. And we know a lot of customers have been asking us about sailing directly out of the Caribbean for the last number of years. And we as well, within Royal Caribbean, the sales team, we've been asking as well. And finally we have it, which is just fantastic news. And the itineraries are just amazing. We're going to start the season on the 5th of December this year, and it's going to go right through the winter of 21 into 22. So who doesn't want to be in the sunshine and on one of these beaches in the winter time? So before we start looking at all the different itineraries, I'm just going to have a look at why we love this, why I love this program so much, and you're also going to love it. So just a quick overview. The most exciting thing is that we've got flights from Belfast with British Airways to London and then onwards to Barbados. It's a 9-hour flight, and it's actually quicker than flying to Miami, believe it or not. The ship also sails at 10 p.m, which is fantastic. So lots of an opportunity to get there during the day, or you could go over one night pre if you like. And the cruises are all starting in Barbados, which is fantastic, which means the very next day, first day of your cruise, you're going to wake up on a completely different island like Tobago or Grenada. And it's also the perfect base. And I know Sandra's going to talk about this later because she's been to Barbados, but it's the perfect place for a pre and post hotel stay as well, if you're just on a 7-night cruise. And we're going to talk about more about that later, and for those of you considering a cruise and stay package. Also, all the ports of call, which is a key thing, are all in the Caribbean, so no ESTA is required. So look at these itineraries. Oh my goodness, you just want to be transformed to these places right now when I see the cold weather out there, and we even have a bit of snow today. So we've 3 very unique itineraries sailing from Barbados. The first one, we have a 7-night Southern Caribbean island hop. Then we have a 7-night Southern Caribbean adventure. And then lastly, a 14-night Ultimate Caribbean. And this is really special. I'm actually looking at this myself. So there really is so much to see. So to go into a little bit more detail, the 7-night itinerary. So this is a 7-night Southern Caribbean island hop. And it's probably our most frequent itinerary. And what I love about this is that you've a port of call every single day. Plus we have 3 new ports that we've never sailed into before. So you can see those, the 3 red ones, and obviously Barbados itself. The next one then is a 7-night Southern Caribbean adventure. So on this cruise, you've got a new port of call, which is Trinidad. But we also sail a little further west and we visit the ABC islands of Aruba, Bonaire and Curacao as well. And Curacao looks beautiful. It's got coloured pastel buildings along the harbour, and it's also known as Little Amsterdam. And Bonaire is really popular for its snorkeling and scuba diving as well. And Aruba is known for its dazzling white beaches. We certainly need some of those now. And what's great about this, it has late stays. So the ship leaves Bonaire at 9 p.m. and Curacao and Aruba at 10 p.m. So it gives you a real opportunity to sample a Caribbean evening on land as well, which is just fantastic. And of course, you can do a back-to-back with the previous itinerary that I just spoke about, and you'll only have 2 repeat ports. So that's pretty amazing on that back-to-back. And the next 14 night, this is the, I mean, look at these ports of call. There are so many of them here. This is the 14 night Ultimate Caribbean. So this is the one that I want to do. You get our 3 new ports of call, plus those beautiful ABC islands, plus we sail that little bit further to reach Colombia, Panama, and Costa Rica. You can see there on the far left-hand side. Again, we've a couple of late stays in this itinerary at Curacao and Aruba, and actually the 20th of February sailing has flown off the shelves because it overnights in Aruba. So that's a real plus there. There are only 2 sailings. There are only 2 other sailings which are mentioned, are the 20th of February and the 9th of January. So they're the 2 14-night sailings. I'm just going to pull up a couple of ports of call. So these are the new ports of call, and these are all the amazing highlights on the island, all the different things that you can do. So Trinidad is the birthplace of the steel pan, which I know everyone knows. So it's an instrument used around the world today. So what does Trinidad have to offer? I'm just going to talk about 2 or 3 of these that are on the slide that you see now. So it's got one of the best beaches on the island. It's just 1 hour from the port, Maracas Bay. And in there's lots of local beach shacks where you can get lots of incredible different types of seafood. So it's really, really worth going there. There's also the Paramine Mountains, which means you can go up those on a 4x4. So this will take you up sprawling, steep, and through the mountainous village of Paramine, which is fantastic. There's also the waterfall, the Maracas waterfall, which is 2.4-kilometer hike through the village, and there's also a bird sanctuary there as well. So lots to do in Trinidad, and that's the first new port of call. The second one then is Tobago, and this island is known for its natural beauty and absolutely stunning beaches. And again, there's a whole choice of things that you can do on that island. You can get a taxi to Pigeon Point Beach, which is only going to be about $20–25. You can have a glass bottom boat, which I think that sounds amazing to me. And you can go to Little Tobago, which is also known as the Bird of Paradise Island, and it's got a wildlife sanctuary there. There's also the Bucco Reef, and it's the most easily accessible coral reef in the Caribbean, and that is well worth a day trip. And then you've got the Argyle Waterfalls, which is a 20-minute stroll through a rainforest reserve, and you can take a dip in the clear waters of the fall. So that sounds incredible. So that's Tobago, the second new island. And then the next one is St. Vincent. So you might all be familiar with Pirates of the Caribbean, and this is where it was filmed. So the bay in the film was actually called Port Royal in the film. So you dock in Kingstown, that's the capital of St. Vincent the Grenadines. The terminal is very close to St. Vincent, which means you're very close to shops, local crafts, souvenirs, and duty-free. There was also a former British garrison island, so Fort Charlotte is well worth a visit, and they date back to the 19th century. Villa Beach is a very close beach ride away. It's only 10 minutes ride away, which is fantastic. So lots to do on St. Vincent as well, and be great to see where Pirates of the Caribbean was actually filmed. And then of course it's Barbados, our brand new island that we're sailing from, and Bridgetown is where the ship will be docked. The town is only 10 minutes away from the port, and again has lots of shopping and souvenirs there. And Sandra's going to tell us a little bit more about that because she's been there herself, which is fantastic. And Caroline Bay Beach is only 2 kilometers away. Again, you can just jump in a taxi. And this area as well is very lively at night time for activities for restaurants and bars. There's a whole host of other things to do on the island, but I want to tell you a little bit more about the ship as well that's going to be sailing out of Barbados. So the ship that's going to be sailing out of Barbados is going to be Grandeur of the Seas. And before I talk about that, I'll just briefly talk about the hotels that we have to offer. There's actually 6 hotels that you can see here. There's the Radisson and the Accra and the Hilton. So these are all available for shorter stays, maybe for your one night pre or one night post, if you just want to break up the journey. We also can offer the South Beach Hotel, and that's available for 2, 3 and 7 night packages. And on our fly cruise packages, breakfast is included there. And then we also have, lastly, we have Turtle Beach and Sea Breeze, and these are all available for 2, 3 and 7 night 7 night stays, and these are all on an inclusive basis. So lots of choice of hotels, and I would thoroughly recommend booking your package, obviously with Oasis Travel, and they'll take care of everything for you. If you book a fly cruise package, it includes your flights and your hotel, whatever length of stay you choose to stay in the hotel for. It will also include your 23-kilo bag on your British Airways flight per person, and it also includes your transfers from the airport to either the hotel or the port and vice versa. So it's an all-in package. It absolutely includes everything. So Grandeur of the Seas, this is our lovely ship that's going to be sailing out of Barbados starting in December this year. She's a Vision class ship. The guest capacity is just over 2,000 guests, so it's one of our smaller ships. She had some refit done in May 2017, and she is one of our smaller ships. But what I think is great about it, it means she can travel to all these smaller islands than a larger ship. And you can see on some of these itineraries, we are going into multiple islands. A little bit more about Grandeur. These are some of the things that you will find on the ship. You can read them there. You've got unbeatable dining, lots of activity and entertainment for all. And I think Grandeur is a perfect match for these itineraries because it offers a really relaxing place to come back to at the end of each day. We have a great selection of dining options. There's 3 complimentary dining options, plus of course room service, and there's 4 speciality dining restaurants. One of those is Chops Grill, which is famous for steaks. It's one of my favorites on board our ships. So I love to see that that's included on Grandeur of the Seas. If you get back from the port early, you can chill out by the pool, you can relax in the adult-only solarium, and if you still have energy after all that activity on the island, you can also visit the gym. And then by night, it's time to grab a cocktail, and you can also enjoy a show at the theatre or a movie under the stars. We've an outdoor screen around by the pool area, and of course a nightcap at Schooner's Bar, which is one of my favourite bars on the ship. We have some amazing prices on Barbados right now, and these flight cruise prices are just incredible. So I just pulled 2 offers today, a 7-night and a 15-night. It's actually 8 and 15 because obviously that includes 1 night pre-stay, and then you can add pre and post to it. So if we have a look at the 30th of January, how amazing would that be to be going there away from the cold of Ireland to the sunshine of Barbados. An interior stateroom right now is just over £1,000 per person, so £1,045, and that is a fly cruise package. So you can see underneath it includes your return flights, checked-in bag, 23 kilos, and all your transfers. And look how much it is to upgrade. To upgrade to an ocean view, it's only £66 per person. And that's for the whole 7 days. It's not per day, it's for the whole 7 days. And then we've the 15-night, it's on the 9th of January. Again, all flying from Belfast via Heathrow with British Airways. An interior stateroom is £1,589, which again is an incredible cost considering it's 15 nights. And then upgrade to an ocean view is £119 per person. And again, your return flights, your check bag and transfers are included. And it's a special offer for this week only. If you book your Barbados cruise between now and Friday, the 12th of February, so close of business Friday with Oasis Travel, you'll also qualify for $100 onboard spend per booking. So this value, I think, is incredible for such a long flight and for a great itinerary on Grandeur of the Seas. And I really would encourage people to book a pre-cruise stay on the island, or a post-cruise, or both even. And I think Sandra's going to give us a little update now on her experience of Barbados. But I think this pricing is really good, Sandra, isn't it?
Oh, look, it's incredible, Jennifer. I mean, we're used to people spending about £600 or £700 on a flight alone to get to the Caribbean, particularly with British Airways. But to have your whole cruise included at just over £1,000, it's incredible. And yes, I have been to Barbados a few times. It's definitely one of my favourite Caribbean islands. I mean, you'll find in Barbados some of the best restaurants, not just in the Caribbean, but in the whole world. And the beaches and the shopping, I mean it's just absolutely fabulous. So I would really recommend for anybody considering doing this cruise that you do spend a couple of nights at least in Barbados, either pre or post cruise. A lot of our staff have been to the hotels and we can make personal recommendations. What I really love about this cruise is the destinations that you get to visit. Because Jennifer, normally the Caribbean cruises are in and out of Miami, which is, of course, is very busy. And then it takes you a long time to get into the Southern Caribbean and to visit. On a 7-night cruise, you would never find places like, you know, Barbados on that. You'd usually have to cruise for longer. But, you know, when I see places like Aruba and Curacao that I haven't been to, but I've always wanted to go to, it's extremely tempting because I know these islands are absolutely stunning. So for anybody that's interested in getting more information or wanting to book one of these, make sure you do so by Friday to qualify for that extra onboard spend. And you can do that by, we have a small team working Monday to Saturday from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock. So if you phone any of your local Oasis offices, your call will be answered. And also you can send an email to inquiries@oasis-travel.co.uk, and we'll only be too glad to look after this for you. But I think it's given really something to look forward to, and especially in these cold days, to think about lying on one of those Caribbean beaches or out in the deck, Jennifer, on Grandeur.
Oh, I know. I'm really tempted.
It's just so appealing.
I'm really tempted to book the 14-night one, because there's so many islands that you go and see, and incredible. It's a fantastic itinerary, and
you just
such
wouldn't
great
get
value.
these prices in the Caribbean. You know, if you were taking a land-based holiday in Barbados with all your food included, you'd be talking about a price at least double that, Jennifer. So the prices are outstanding. Really, excellent.
That's great. Yeah.
So Jennifer, yesterday we put out a competition whenever we were launching this webinar, and we asked people to like and share it. And I know we sent you the details of everybody who did. So would you mind just picking us a winner from yesterday's like and share, please?
No problem.
That hamper to them.
I have all the names here in a hat. So let me just pick out one. And the winner of this competition is a lady called Gillian McQueen.
Oh, excellent. Yes. So I'll make sure that Gillian gets her Valentine's hamper. And Jennifer, what we're going to do is we're going to put these offers on Facebook this afternoon. So what we're asking people to do is to like and share the Caribbean offers that we're putting up for Grandeur of the Seas. And I know I've got my background, but we have some more Valentine gifts, lovely candle holders,
fantastic. That's amazing.
That we will pull out a winner from people who like and share this afternoon. We'll pull out the winner tomorrow morning, and we'll do a short video to let everybody know. But Jennifer, look, thank you so much for taking the time to go through this. It is a fantastic offering, and to anybody that's interested, we really want to hear from you and try and get that holiday sorted. I think the deposit to book, Jennifer, am I right, is just £150 per person?
Yeah, that's right, £150 per person, and then if you want to book.
Brilliant. And then, so that needs to be paid up front. And then we do have direct debit schemes and things available that you can pay your trip over monthly, but we'll talk to you about that individually. So thank you everybody for listening.
Yes,
thank you very much,
everybody.
Jennifer, for doing
and
this.
Thank you, Sandra, for organising.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
everybody.
Look forward to seeing everybody soon. Okay,
bye now.
Bye-bye.